Hi, Taehyung lovers. Welcome back to the Taehyung Lovers channel from all around the world. And this time, don't you dare skip the first 3 seconds. Because what you're about to hear is not just an ordinary K-pop concert story. This is a moment that made the world fall silent, then asked with mixed emotions, admiration, anger, and disbelief. What really happened in April 2026 that made Kim Taehyung do something even other idols wouldn't dare to do? April 2026. Pause for a moment. Don't continue if you're not ready. Because that night wasn't just about the stage, but about the limits of a human truly being tested. In the middle of relentless pouring rain, Taehyung didn't stop. He kept singing, even as his body lay on the slippery stage. Is this God-level professionalism, or something that makes us question it? The K-pop world has never seen anything like this, not even in BTS history. And this is what we're going to uncover today. Details not everyone noticed, moments that divided ARMY, and facts that might change the way you see Taehyung forever. In this video, we will discuss the most dramatic moment when Taehyung fell and kept singing in extreme rain, the iconic red jacket outfit that became a symbol of sacrifice on stage, ARMY's reactions between pride or concern and anger, a shocking fact behind Kim Seokjin's presence that is rarely discussed, Taehyung's viral close-up face called an unbeatable face card, and the big question, is this a legendary moment or a sign that the limit has been crossed? So before we continue, make sure you hit like, write your comment right now, Team Proud or Team Worried, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Because one share from you can make the world see the same thing. The kindness, sincerity, and sacrifice of Kim Taehyung that not everyone understands. Now, prepare yourselves. Because after this, you might never see a K-pop stage the same way again. April 2026. Pause for a moment. Do not continue reading if you are not ready to feel an uncomfortable mix of emotions, admiration, anger, and disbelief all at once. Because what happened that night was not just a concert, but an event that forced the world to ask, how far can humans give themselves to art without caring about the limits of their own body? At the center of that storm, there was only one name, Kim Taehyung. April 2026 now feels like a living legend. The world didn't just witness a performance, but a moment that broke the boundaries between art, emotion, and human endurance. At the center of that global stage stood Kim Taehyung, also known as V of BTS. The rain fell without compromise, pouring heavily over the stadium as if challenging the limits of a global icon. Yet in the middle of that storm, Taehyung created something more than just a performance. He created living history. The most dramatic scene appeared like a moving painting. Kim Taehyung lay on the slippery, rain-soaked stage, his body almost parallel to the ground, in a condition that should have stopped anyone. He kept singing. The dark red leather jacket he wore reflected the stage lights, strengthening a powerful and masculine impression. The layers of dark clothing underneath absorbed water and clung to his body, while his long pants and stage boots endured the weight of the extreme conditions. But what truly made the world fall silent was not the visual. It was his decision not to stop. His hair was drenched, falling naturally over part of his forehead. Water streamed down his face, yet his expression remained focused, sharp, and unshaken. He held a red microphone, a small detail that became a striking symbol of contrast in the darkness and rain. In a position almost like lying down on stage, he kept singing without pause, without hesitation. This was not just a performance. This was total surrender to art, something rarely witnessed in the modern world. At this point, the audience's emotions split. Some felt amazed, witnessing limitless dedication, but others felt angry, because one unavoidable question arose. Is this the highest form of professionalism or a sacrifice taken too far? In a global industry, usually full of control and safety standards, this moment felt like a violation of carefully maintained boundaries. Yet that is where its power lies. Taehyung did not play it safe. He chose to truly live on stage. The atmosphere then shifted into something wider and more real. Kim Taehyung stood up, walking slowly in the rain that still hadn't stopped. He now wore a loose brown outfit, the fabric absorbing water and flowing with his movements. His head slightly bowed, as if quietly embracing the moment, not as a global star, but as a human immersed in his own emotions. Below the stage, the ocean of army remained, wearing raincoats and holding umbrellas. No one left. No one gave up. They kept recording, kept singing, fully present. Behind all of this, another story emerged, just as powerful, about Kim Seokjin. Though not clearly captured on camera, his presence was mentioned in various reports as someone ensuring Taehyung stayed safe. He was there not only as a fellow member, but as an older brother figure. At that moment, the concert became more than just a show. It became a story of unshakable brotherhood. Then the camera zoomed in, and the world seemed to lose its words. Kim Taehyung's face in close-up became a global topic. He once again wore his red jacket, complete with chain details around his neck and in-ear monitors matching his microphone. But the true center remained one thing: his expression. His face was wet, glowing and full of emotion. His eyes were soft yet sharp, his lips close to the microphone, and every word he sang felt real. This was not just a perfect visual. This was the face of an artist truly feeling every second he lived. And when the stage light shone from behind, creating a halo effect around his body, the moment felt like an epic film scene. Kim Taehyung stood tall in his soaked red jacket, holding the microphone calmly, while behind in the ocean of army glowed with purple light sticks like a small galaxy. He greeted simply, "Annyeonghaseyo, it's been a long time. Nice to see you all." A simple sentence, yet filled with sincerity that pierced through the rain and distance. As the song "Arirang" was sung together, the stadium became one voice. Kim Taehyung stepped down from the stage, walking closer to fans, erasing the distance that once felt so vast. He was no longer just a global icon, but a human presence among them. And when he rolled again on the stage, letting the rain merge with his body, the world finally agreed there is no one like him. But behind all that beauty, one question still lingers. Is this the most iconic moment in K-pop history, or a sign that the limit has been pushed too far? Because between dedication and sacrifice, there's a thin line that is almost invisible. And that night, Kim Taehyung walked right on that line, bringing art to life while shaking the way the world sees him. And now, we've reached a point not everyone dares to answer. April 2026 is not just a story. It is proof that Kim Taehyung has surpassed limits the world itself may not yet be ready to understand. So the question remains, which side are you on? Proud or worried? Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoy this kind of content. If not, feel free to skip, because Taehyung Lovers channel never forces anyone. But before you go, write now in the comments, do you think this is the most iconic moment in K-pop history, or a warning sign that should not be ignored? Because one comment from you can open a new perspective for millions. Stay tuned for the latest updates only on Taehyung Lovers. Thank you, and see you next time. That concludes our meeting. Good night, stay safe, and see you again. And remember, the story of Kim Taehyung is not over. In fact, this is just the beginning.